Hey Trek Gang, what's going on in this week's episode of the Boeville in Newtown? Well, it's right over here. Stand by and we'll get into what's happening this week. Well, hello Trek Gang, and welcome to episode, goodness gracious, I have no idea where the heck I'm at. Oh, I didn't bother to look before we started the camera, so I have no idea where I'm at. To be perfectly honest, okay, I'm on episode 28. There we go. That's what happens. That's what happens when you miss a week, I guess. Anyway, not much to talk about this week. Like I said, it's Thursday the 21st. This is episode 27 for 2025. I will say that last week the Move Rachel, I don't know what you want to call it, the campaign worked out well. She is all moved in to her new digs out in Carroll County, and we'll leave it at that. They've got some things that they're going to need to fix and work on, but that's with any house. So, you know, I think that although, to be perfectly honest, I think there were things that they weren't expecting when the other people moved out. The movers that they had did not do a very good job of making sure that they didn't nail all the walls, you know, things of that nature. So now they're going to have to do a paint job on the inside of the house. Any rate, that notwithstanding, needless to say, you know, like I said, last Wednesday I helped her move boxes. We rented a truck, a 16-footer, went ahead and moved a couple small pieces of furniture and a lot of her boxes. She had been, I guess for lack of a better term, already collecting stuff for when it was time for her to move, you know, incidental type things. There was also stuff that had come from the family and such, so she had a collection going on down here in the in the basement bedroom, which is no longer the basement bedroom, and we'll get to that some other time. But regardless, you know, that was Wednesday. Then the Thursday the movers came. I went back over and helped them take care of a few things around the house because her boyfriend actually had to go back to work. He signed the paperwork on Tuesday and was back to work, well, that afternoon, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But anyway, Thursday went back over, did some more work over there, went over there Friday, did a few more small things before went to our bowling meeting on Friday night. And then Saturday we did work around the house here, and then Sunday we went back over for a family get-together. His family, Dawn and I, you know, it was my mother-in-law. It was great. It was a good time. But regardless, so that's all taken care of. That's now done. So, beside the fact that I've been sorer than heck since last week, I decided I was going to do something that wasn't quite as labor-intensive. Sorry, I wanted to bring this over and I forgot about it. I wanted to do something that wasn't quite as labor intensive and didn't require me staying on my feet for more than 10 minutes. Which, doing the scenery, that didn't happen this week. What I did decide to do, though, after thinking about it more, I should have just brought all the paperwork over here. It would have made more sense. You know, I talked about this, I believe, in the last episode. That when there is a scale drawing of Boeville Yard, which was way too small, so I went ahead and blew it up. I think I was 125%. and to me it still wasn't big enough. So what I decided to do, and I forgot what this is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not quite sure what the scale is, and I'm not even sure if it's going to show up or not, but this is the template for the yard. And I know I talked about what I call POC, proof of concept. Well, here's a piece of foam core with all of the momentary switches and the on-off switches for dead tracks. Down here at the fuel facility and over here for the switcher. Now, one thing I did notice with this is these four turnouts are very close together. It might be a problem, I'm not sure. I want to go ahead and just take a look at it, but you know, there's the back side. So what I'm actually thinking about doing, and this here is probably against my better judgment, but on Sidetrack Sunday, because I've got Sidetrack Sunday this week, I might actually go ahead and show you how I'm going to wire this dude. Wiring on a live show. This ought to be good, right? So we'll talk more about this on Sidetrack Sunday. We'll see how things go. I'm going to try and get things set up here to where I've got the overhead camera and so on and so forth. Maybe what I'll try and do actually is maybe bring the camera, 2 of the cameras over here, and that way I'll have the face on. I'll have one overhead and maybe one kind of off to the side of the desk. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So hopefully next week I'll be able to start doing some scenery work over there. We'll see how it goes. I will say one thing, like I said, my daughter had movers on Thursday last week. It's hard to believe that was a week ago already. And they were very careful around said layout. Because obviously they had to take some things out of down here. It was a bed, exercise bike that left. So we've got one exercise bike left, if you really want to call it. It's an incumbent, but at any rate, like I've already mentioned, Sidetrack Sunday is this Sunday. It's on my channel, 8 p.m. U.S. Eastern. That would be the 24th. Yeah, it's the 24th because Brian's got next week, whether he remembers it or not. You all know the deal. We'll wait for the highball. Green tracks ahead. We'll catch y'all next time. Be safe. God bless. We'll see ya.